You know, I really like tea. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a video on the Steam Awards. We nominated our games, we all put in our request for what should be here, and finally, it's time. The Steam Awards, vote now. You've chosen the nominees, now we need your help in choosing our winners. Place a vote below in each of the 10 categories before January 3rd at 9 a.m. Pacific to share your top Steam games from 2020. You'll also earn a random card from this year's set of winner sale trading cards for each vote you cast. Alrighty, 2020 Game of the Year, vote now. Alright, so we have quite a few. Maybe it's immersive gameplay, it's gripping story, it's well-crafted characters, immaculate design, or addictive multiplayer. Whatever the reason, winners of 2020's Game of the Year award is an instant classic. Alright, so full disclaimer, I have not played any of these. But, let's see. Red Dead Redemption 2 seemed very solid. Hades seemed like a really cool game. Doom Eternal. Wait a minute, I didn't want to click on it. Okay, Doom Eternal. Now, I play a lot of Doom on my channel, but I've only played the older Dooms, Doom 1 and 2, and some of the DLC, and maybe a few different mods. I've never done the newer Doom games, but it looks amazing. It looks like the older games, but better. Fall Guys, definitely not. Like, it was a cool, kind of kooky game, but it's definitely not Game of the Year material. Death Stranding, I could see. That game is what you might call a little bit more controversial, but it also looks amazing. My only regret is not having played any of these. Here's the thing. All of these games are solid choices, except for maybe Fall Guys. I think that's just more popularity than anything else. I mean, even Fall Guys looks fun, but not Game of the Year. But out of all of these, I would have to go with Doom Eternal. Doom is a solid series. The old games are great. I've heard amazing things about the new ones. Just haven't played them yet. But I think Doom Eternal was probably the best one to vote. You vote one time or one random sale trading card by voting. Sweet. All right, so that's done. So back to top. All right, VR Game of the Year. Let's vote. Okay. All right, so Half-Life Alyx, Phasmophobia, The Room VR, Thief Simulator VR, and Star Wars Squadrons. So I didn't even realize that any of these other games had VR modes. Here's the thing. I don't know anything about Room VR, but I'm familiar with the other ones. Again, never played any of these. I probably haven't played any game on this list. But I am familiar with Thief Simulator and Star Wars Squadrons. This is a Thief Simulator. Looks like a cool game. Haven't played it, but watched it on YouTube. And the VR portion is probably great. Probably not Game of the Year material. Star Wars Squadrons, a cool game. Probably not VR Game of the Year material. I think Half-Life Alyx is the most logical choice because not only was this built purely to be a VR game, it was built from the ground up with that in mind. It wasn't just an add-on mode tacked on later. So, and it's probably one of the best VR games ever made. So I think this is, not only am I going to vote for it, I'm about 99.9% certain it's going to win. So, okay, in fact, going into this, I was curious. I was like, well, Half-Life Alyx is going to be on this list. What else could there possibly be? So, yeah. Okay, 2020 Labor of Love. Okay, game's been out for a while. The team is well past the debut of their creative baby, but being the good parents they are, these devs continue to nurture and support their creation. This game this day is still getting new content after all these years. Okay, first off, it's not going to be Among Us. Among Us is not that good of a game. It's a good game. Sure, it's a fun little party game. It's not Labor of Love award. Now, I think I nominated Team Fortress 2 for this, and even that I wasn't quite sure it was the best nomination ever. The rest of these are solid. Okay, I don't think The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt would qualify for this because what have they done with this game over the years other than just make a few DLCs? Like, they haven't added anything to this game in the past 2 or 3 years, right? Like, it was a great game when it came out, and they made some great DLC for it, but that was years ago. Have they, added bug fixes and stuff to it? Again, I haven't played it, but I don't think so. So, Terraria's gotten some amazing updates, and that was a great game to start with. Again, never played any of these. I think I played a few matches of Counter-Strike. Okay, these two are out. No Man's Sky. That's what I've heard amazing things about. This game went from dead in the water to amazingly good as a sandbox. Again, from what I've heard. Counter-Strike, they continue to add new stuff to this game, and it's always seemed to be a very solid, competent FPS game, and it's since gone free to play. They add new operations and stuff. It's got its own set of problems with cheaters and stuff. I guess every game has its own set of problems. Oh man, that's a tough choice. Well, Terraria they've stopped working on, but they did release one big last final amazing update. No Man's Sky they've added a lot of stuff to. Counter-Strike, You know what? I hate to do it. Any three of these would be a great choice. But I think I'm going to go with No Man's Sky just because of the redemption story that this game kind of has had. Just from going to awful to amazing. So I think we're going to go with No Man's Sky. Though I could have just as easily gone with Counter-Strike or Terraria. I think if I had to choose, it'd be No Man's Sky, Terraria, and Counter-Strike. So you can actually change your vote if you change your mind later. I'm thinking these through. I definitely am. All right, better with friends. Okay. Fall Guys, no duh. Sea of Thieves, yeah. There's some games out there that just aren't the same when you play them by yourself. Maybe you have a friend to watch your back. Maybe you have a friend you can stab in the back. The way fun's waiting for those who gather friends together playing this game. Okay, Borderlands 3. Don't quite understand that, but I haven't played it. Deep Rock Galactic. I've heard of this game. Don't know anything about it. Risk of Rain 2. I know a little bit about this one. Okay. Oh, I actually nominated Fall Guys to be better with friends. Mostly because I didn't really know a whole lot about 2020 games. Here's the thing. Normally for this, I would vote Sea of Thieves. Just coming to this list, having not considered what I've nominated, I would vote Sea of Thieves. Because isn't that the one game that kind of coined the phrase, it's good with friends? Wasn't this the game that was really not very good unless you had other people to play it with? But again, this released on Steam this year, but it's been out for a while. Same with Among Us. Well, Among Us was the Labor of Love thing. Same with Borderlands. It's been out for a year. I don't know about Risk of Rain. Okay, so, man. You know, I nominated Fall Guys, so it seems natural I would vote for this for Better with Friends, but I don't know. Sea of Thieves could just as easily have won this. This could have even won Labor of Love, considering how much stuff they've taken to also turn a not very good game into a good one, right? They did that with No Man's Sky. They did it with Sea of Thieves. In fact, I think they've done that with Fallout 76 at this point. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Fall Guys for this. Yeah, I think Fall Guys probably wins at the end of the day because that's a game that I would assume anyway is a lot better having people to play it with. More interesting, you have people to talk to, you just have more cool, interesting stuff. All right, most innovative gameplay. The designers of this game at the front lines of creative experimentation bring a fresh perspective and brain-breaking surprises. The game delighted, inspired, and entertained with newness never played before. Okay. Death Stranding, Control, Superliminal, I think I'm saying that correctly, Noida, and Teardown. Okay, I don't really know anything about Teardown or Superliminal, so I'm not going to vote for those. Noida, I've heard great things about. I don't know if I would necessarily call it innovative. Control and Death Stranding is the ones I'm most familiar with. Control was nothing super new. It had some cool new mechanics, but it wasn't like anything super different. Death Stranding was pure Hideo Kojima, and it really had some cool, very interesting, what's the word I'm looking for? People have described it as a walking simulator, but really the core story and design of this game, and based off of what it was around, was really, really interesting and really made you think in a way that Hideo Kojima stories only can. So I think this probably, but here's the problem with that. The gameplay itself wasn't innovative. It was kind of a walking simulator, right? It wasn't really the gameplay that held this up. It was everything that complemented it. But then again, couldn't you call that innovative, making boring gameplay interesting? Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't really know. That's a whole other question. I'd have to ponder that, but I think I would vote for Death Stranding. It's just not innovative gameplay. It's just, it's almost innovative despite the gameplay. Interesting. These awards things are so fun to do, especially when I don't really know a whole lot about them. Okay, outstanding story-rich game. Some days only a narrative-heavy game will hit the spot. This one packs a wallop. It's gripping using soap operas, well turns prestige TV screenplay. Bravissimo for making us feel things. Okay, Red Dead Redemption 2 is what I nominated, and it has an amazing story. Detroit Become Human, that did come to Steam this year, I forgot. Okay, that also has an amazingly good story. Mafia Definitive Edition. Here's the thing. this is a really good remake, but it's an older game that's been remastered. I don't think this should really count for 2020. Metro Exodus, that's on Steam now as well. The story wasn't like, night or day amazing. Horizon Zero Dawn, kind of the same, really. I would see it coming down to these two if we're just looking at story-rich. In fact, I would think Death Stranding would have been a better choice for story-rich game. Either of these two could be good. I'm going to go with Red Dead Redemption 2. Not only because it hasn't been out as long, but just because... Detroit Become Human's amazing, but the storytelling power of Rockstar games is just in its own category by itself. At least that's kind of how I feel. I feel like a lot of people out there would agree with me, too. Best game you suck at. This is the game that rewards persistence, not for the faint of heart. It's the toughest game we've ever loved. Okay, Apex Legends. That's a funny nomination. I have a buddy. He's max casual level, and he still plays. So he's trying to get me into it. We'll get there someday. Crusader Kings 3. Okay. Ghost Runner. FIFA 21. And GTFO. Okay. To be honest with you, I don't really care about any of these, and I don't think I could really say which one I would stink at. But I don't even know what Ghost Runner is. I know what everything else on here is. I'm going to have to go for Apex Legends because I've always been terrible at Battle Royales. So we will go with that. Don't really know if that should count or not, but here we go. Outstanding visual style. Visual style does inspire to a real-world graphical fidelity, though a noble goal in itself. Describes a distinctive look and feel that suffices an entire game. Okay. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That has a really great graphical style. Battlefield 5. I don't know how that won a nomination. That literally just said right here doesn't aspire to real-world graphical fidelity. What else is that? What else is it if not that in Battlefield 5? No. There is no game Jam Edition 2015. Really? This? I don't know if I'd call it an outstanding visual style. Avengers, ditto for Battlefield 5. Wasn't that something people complain that the likeness of the heroes was way different than what it was like in the films? Black Mesa Definitive Edition. This is basically a Half-Life 1 remake. This, I would say, has an outstanding visual style, but you could say the same for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This has an outstanding visual style as well. This is memorable, just because of its... I really love games that just have beautiful artwork that don't necessarily try to be the most realistic, but are still beautiful in their own way. But at the same time, I love the idea of taking a great classic game and completely transforming it into an almost like new experience. That's a tough choice. I think I'm going to go with this one, with Black Mesa Definitive Edition. But either one would have been a good choice. Okay, so I couldn't be too upset with either. Best soundtrack. Okay. I'm going to vote for Doom Eternal. Can I vote for Doom Eternal if I've already voted for Game of the Year? Because I nominated it for Best Soundtrack. And then I nominated Halo the Master Chief Collection for Game of the Year just because, which actually didn't even get in, just because I couldn't nominate both. I couldn't nominate Doom Eternal for both. So I don't even care about this rest of this stuff. This clearly has the best soundtrack. I'm sorry. I'm going to vote for it. The question is, can I vote for that and still vote it for Game of the Year? I can. Okay, good. That was so weird. I don't know why you couldn't nominate a game in multiple categories, but you could vote for it in multiple categories. So strange. All right, this is the last category. Sit back and relax. This game is the antidote to a busy day. It's smooth. It's relaxing. Let your worries melt away. This game is your moment of zen. Sims 4. That's a good nomination. Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's very good as well. Satisfactory Early Access. That's a good one. Untitled Goose Game or Factorio. Ooh. Really, really good. Okay. Wow. Any one of these would be an excellent winner. Okay. This is going to be hard. Okay, first off, I'm going to take out Untitled Goose Game, and here's the reason why. This would definitely be a relaxing game, but read the description of this. It's the antidote to a busy day. It smooths, relaxing, lets your worries melt away. While a good game, it would be kind of short, and I would think if you want to have something that's like regularly relaxing, it would be something that you would play for a longer period of time, you could probably do this in a couple of evenings. So, now let's take the other 4. Sims 4, it's fun, it's simple, it's excellent. Flight Simulator, you're just flying a plane, you're looking at beautiful scenery. That's incredibly relaxing, in much the same way going for a drive might be for some. Running and managing factories in a not super chaotic, oh no, I've messed up and people are angry at me environment, which is kind of what both of these are. Any of these would be good. I think if it was me, okay, I think objectively Microsoft Flight Simulator is probably the best choice just because that's probably the most relaxing thing you could do. But for me, I would enjoy Factorial the most. So I think that would be the most relaxing game just for me personally. Now, if I was to vote of these objectively, I would choose this. But I'm not. This is just what I personally would like to do and think it would be the most relaxing. And for me, that would probably be Factorio. So I'm going to vote for that. Alrighty, guys. So that is my Steam Awards 2020 nominations, my completely unqualified, not nominations, but voting, my completely unqualified Steam Award votes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do leave a like. If you did, leave a comment down below telling me what you voted for in each category and why. Because I genuinely want to hear what other people thought and what their reasons were behind it. But yeah, thank you everybody so very much for watching. Until next time, I've been your host, Kess Gaming. And I will see you all at the top.
I'm about to end this man's whole career. Aside from my soul.